Amazon.
I'm a big fan of Paramount Plus's.
Got that.
I don't
Apple.
like how the app works though. It freezes up on me. That app.
The app does freeze up, but I just sometimes crave Jersey Shore, so
Is that the only place you can get
I
it?
have to keep it.
I just saw that the Jersey Shore people are still on TV to this day.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
original
keeping
cast.
up with.
Yeah.
They're doing a family vacation, and they are all now older. And
How old?
have
Like
families.
30s, 40s?
I want to say they're in their 30s.
Because they were in their 20s
I
and
know
they
Pauly
originally.
D's like 42. He's the oldest.
He's been down here a couple times, DJ.
DJ Pauly D. I think him and Pitbull own 365 or whatever at.
Oh, I didn't know he was a partner with
I think he is. Don't quote me on that, but I thought he was.
Mr. 305.
So this weekend I had Gabe and Rich that bartend over at Captain's, and they were talking about I need to watch. Was it Road Rule Challenge?
Road Rules?
What is that?
Like a challenge.
No idea.
Challenges is like, remember the road rules back in the day? Like the
You're showing your age here, bud.
what?
Yeah, Road Rules was like I think late 90s.
It was kind of like a
After
bit
school.
before Jersey Shore. Like they put them in one like house, and then they would travel. Same concept, just different people. They'd bring them in, and then they started competing.
So would y'all compete in Jersey Shore or would y'all be in reality television?
Heck no.
No.
I love reality TV. It depends on what the show is.
Depends on what the show is.
Like The Bachelor or Love is Blind or a love show. No, I think those are corny, but just like throwing essentially Jersey Shore, throwing a bunch of Guidos together and seeing how they live, I'm in. Let's see how this will go with me and a bunch of people like me.
And they're still doing it. Like,
Yeah, they all have kids and they'll just go on a random vacation once every so often and
they
film
turn
a
it into
whole
a TV
season.
show. And then they got people like you watching it over and over.
It's
Is-
me.
Is it the same? Is there a whole
It's me. I'm
fraternity?
giving them all the views.
Yeah. That's good. It keeps them coming.
do they
keeps them
stay in
going.
that same house that's on the shore?
I think now they've probably upgraded because they're a little bougie now.
Got a little bit more money in their pockets, or maybe not. I don't know. What are they up to? What's the gang up to?
Well, they all have kids, so they just get together and get really drunk and pretend like they're in their 20s here and there. I guess while their spouses.
Do they get fights and stuff, or with their kids there?
No, they don't have the kids on the show. They
Oh.
go away. No kids there. Just fights, no kids.
Just fights their kids. Maybe we should check.
I got the yellow ribbon. So, it's okay. You know.
How many times did you sit back just relaxing? Understand movements coming in, yeah, we got the packs in. I don't really wanna see no more traffic. Last pack just came in, let's get it out quick.
I had a hard
Wanna be okay, wanna be alright.
Number of
Wanna see the world.
Are you
That
serious?
man brought in money.
Huh?
I bet that man brought
Yeah,
in
for
money
sure.
just for the name.
I mean,
Right.
we live, Garrett.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kathy and Susie's Kids. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Matthew. Hey.
We're here with Fly Llama. Guys, who are you?
Myles Harris, I'm the head brewer.
I'm Mal. I bartend at the brewery.
And y'all like making beer.
Love making beer and drinking it more.
Delicious beer. Delicious
Really good beer.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about Fly Llama for a little bit. What is it?
Well, like y'all just said, it's a brewery. I make beer. She serves it in the tap room.
Where did the inspiration for the llama come from? Do y'all know?
Well, the story I was told by
good
the
story.
owners was they had this painting in their house of two llamas, and you've probably told the story a few more times to customers. So
I've told the story a few times.
You want,
So they had this cute little painting of these two llamas. And if you look at the llamas, they're the cutest little llamas. They're so fly. They're so dapper. But they said that they didn't necessarily match their style at home. And then I guess long story short, when they were coming up with ideas, Fly Llama came about from this painting. And now the painting is hanging in the tap room. So come see it and we'll tell you about it.
It's awesome. No, the story behind it's pretty dope.
yeah, that's sick.
I didn't even know
And
that.
y'all change a lot with y'all's logo too. I mean, it's always got like a different upgrade.
yeah, we either throw some a scarf, different colored scarf, some sunglasses on it, whatever.
Yes,
Gotta
but
keep it fresh.
It's simple, but it's cool.
for the record, it is a scarf, not a cape. He is a fly llama. He's pretty dapper. He is not flying.
He's not a flying.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Fly
See?
llama.
Conspiracy debunked.
So he's not
Oh,
flying.
right
he's,
here on
he's fly.
Kathy and Susie's
He's
kids.
fly.
What,
I like it. I like it.
what was that song? Was that Big Timers?
Stay fly.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, that's what it's.
We're showing our age again.
We'll have
I
to
think.
throw it on the playlist, Well.
Yeah.
All right, so this place has become a big hit downtown Biloxi in the few years that it's been there. But I mean, we were just there the other day, and it was a baseball game day, and you couldn't move in there. You couldn't breathe in there. What's it like on one of those days?
Game days are hectic. They're fun. It's really nice to see everyone. You know, they come out, support the community, and then come support us before. And it's busy. It keeps us on our toes. for
There's money
sure.
in your pockets, I'm sure.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Great days. Shout out our customers.
Do you have to brew extra beer on those days, or what? How's that work?
We always stay pretty much advanced with beer, so that when something kicks, we have something to throw on.
We just change a lot of kegs.
So, how many at any given point? How many different beers are you guys brewing?
So we have, let's see, 12. Yeah, 12 different fermenters. Well, 2 we use for yeast, so I guess 14 total. But so we can have 12 different beers going or more.
How many beers are in that thing?
So
Each tank gets its own beer. So
I know, but how many beers?
Individuals?
Yeah.
Servings?
I'm saying
So
a
like
pint.
for, I guess for them making beer there, you can have about 12 beers going at any given time. We on the tap wall though, we have 22 beers and 2 non-alcoholic drinks. So there's something for everyone.
All right. Speaking of the non-alcoholic drinks, the root beer is fire.
The root
Thank you.
beer is fly.
Yeah. Where'd that come from? Whose idea was that?
Uncle
that
Myles
was,
root beer.
that was a recipe Dave had been using for a while with root beer. And we just figured, throw something out there for the kids.
Absolutely. All right. I'm going to test for this. You guys go to Phylum and try the root beer. I've had it a few times. Mr. Lewis Brash was the first person who made me try it, and I loved it. And I was just like, man, this is awesome. Now I get it every now and again whenever I'm in there. So
We
yeah.
love Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, he's a
great.
good dude. I'm in Rotary with him. I've known him for a
He's my
while.
landlord.
Okay, he's a good dude.
the best.
He's always there. Every time I'm in there, he's there.
Every day.
Every day.
So
This is one root.
Twice on Fridays.
when you have to brew, let's say you have to brew a beer, how many cans do you get out of the, when you brewing, how many cases?
So
Or-
we have 4 different size tanks.
Okay.
So we have 2-barrel tanks and 4-barrel tanks, and those are just like our ones we play around with the most. So that's everything from that goes into half barrels and kegs for the tap room. And then we have 3 10 barrels and 4 40 barrels. So the 40 barrels is 1,200 gallons. 10 barrels is about 300 gallons. Once we get that to packaging state, we'll always pull some kegs, but it could always be anywhere between like upwards to 120 cases for our 10 barrel. And then our 40 barrel, we can get about 500 something cases of beer out of it, but we're usually pulling kegs at the same time for draft.
For the smaller ones that are more like y'all specialty, because I know y'all have a lot of beers that are not in cans.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the thing about y'all switch it up every week. Like Ding Dong's my favorite.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
good
why we
one.
like having the smaller tanks.
And that's made, the Ding Dong's made in that one.
So at any given point, you can can that up? You'll have the ability
yeah.
to do that, or do you do that, or?
Oh yeah, I have 2 guys that run like the packaging side. They help with packaging and all the cellar work, and they slay it. But we all share everything pretty much evenly, like when it comes to work duty.
Yeah, you got
I'll
to.
hop on that canning line sometimes whenever needed, or I'll be cleaning the tanks and working on the cellar side while they're canning.
So tell me about the artwork, because you just showed me that one, and it was an old lady.
This one's
Yeah, can we show?
This is,
Can we put that on the camera?
This is our Dunkel. I don't know which camera. Okay.
Let's
Camera
see.
1, 2, 3.
Called
We got 'em all.
Dunkel Chasing Waterfalls.
Dunkel Chasing Waterfalls. So the artwork on here is really cute. So we have Dave's dog. His name is Dunkel. So of course we have him. He's the cutest little pit bull. We have our Llama So Fat Llama. He was one of our original artworks from,
So each one has its own name. Each llama has its own name.
well, just this specific
Well,
okay,
llama.
okay.
It was
The
made
name-
for that can.
The name of
Either
that
Miles.
beer usually is that, and then we have our "Thank you for being a friend" picture on there too.
Which is one of the Golden Girls.
Yes.
Which one is it?
Well,
I don't even know.
she's awfully white. I'd probably call her Betty.
Poor girl. Betty White, R.I.P. She died, didn't she?
Poor girl.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
gone now, huh?
All of our cans are really
Yeah.
cute, and everything has,
Meaning.
I guess everything has meaning, and all the names are fun, and where the names come from. People ask us that a lot, and lots of them are.
That's good. That's a fun part though, coming up with a concept too, right?
Do you ever just come up with some total BS backstory and give it like to somebody just for
Yeah.
fun? or-
I do that often. Yes,
That beer actually has.
I have to.
backstories. So
keep it fun.
Dunkel, the brewery dog, we were canning one day, and he'd always just be like trying to lick up any beer that would be rolling.
Yeah.
And it was me and Dave. It was early on, and Dave just starts singing "Dunkel Chasing Waterfalls" instead of.
Don't go
Don't go
chasing.
chasing.
So he's sitting there over just jamming out to himself, and then we're like, well, we got to name a beer after that. When we made the Dunkel, we're like, wait, this is perfect. Like, this is it.
So how long you guys have known Dave, or how long you all known each other?
I feel like I've known
Mid
Dave.
2017, so like 4 or 5, going on 5 years.
And like you were there for day one, or
I didn't start working over there immediately. Whenever you had a job position open up, I applied and got lucky enough to get the job.
heck yeah.
It's a lot of hours.
Lots of hours.
I mean,
And
it's a
more
lot
so
of work
than
to
me.
make beer, but it's also a lot of fun. I always tell people I don't work a day in my life. So
Well, do you ever like when you're doing the process? I mean, y'all have a big routine. Do y'all ever have any like malfunctions or the can machine messing up or anything?
I'm ready to lose a finger.
Yes.
no fingers
Okay.
being lost.
Yeah, better knock on some wood.
Canning line's always a pain in the butt. I've worked on a couple different types of canning lines, and there's a bunch of moving parts. So mechanical like issues always happen. But usually it's like preventative. You can see it coming, and you just got to catch it right before it happens, and you can stop it and save yourself from wasting 10 minutes. You only waste 30 seconds.
Let's say it's our first day there, and we're operating the line. Do you
Oh,
think we're gonna mess up?
Oh yeah, and you wouldn't be operating. You'd just be down stacking cases.
That's
You-
it.
you get that
Just
back workout.
stacking.
That's what it is.
Ooh.
That's how you start.
Do y'all
That's how
make
you
them
start.
take a class on picking up with the knees instead of the back and put back braces on? And
No back brace. It's only
no, you got Malerie in there slinging cases of
Heck no.
beer around there. No, well, that's good.
I say towards the front of the house with the people.
So, how influential do you get into the recipes, man? You get any of your own concoctions, or
me and Dave work together on a lot of collaborate on a lot of the recipes.
so?
He-
Tell me
he's
one, some of
definitely-
that you're proud of. Which
He's
one?
definitely the mastermind
Right.
behind all of it. We just kind of spitball ideas until we finally.
So, yeah, which one are you most proud of that y'all discovered or worked on?
I think my favorite one that I got to like have a big part of was the turtle cheesecake we did.
Explain that, because turtle cheesecake.
Did I have that?
It went pretty quick.
I'm trying to remember that one. It was a stout, correct?
Yeah, it was a stout, and we did it with pecans, chocolate, and caramel.
Ooh,
Mhm.
I'll tell you.
That
Right,
sounds delicious, to be honest. Do you guys ever test like how fattening this is for you?
I mean, we can see that when when the beer finishes, we know how much sugar content's left in it. and
Really?
stuff like that. Yeah.
We just overlooked that part and
Yeah,
continued
yeah.
drinking.
I mean, that's the best part about that. I mean, some of these things are, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12% alcohol. And, 2 of those, and you might want to get a Hoover.
Hell yeah.
I
Always drink
I got him hooked on Scott stuff.
I got, the
Scott's
dark beer
amazing.
like that, which you
Yeah,
just gave me. That was good.
so he got-
I like
he
that.
He don't really drink a lot of beer. So was it the stout when we first started? I
Mm,
think it's Billy Wright.
no, it was some kind of coffee caramel.
Well, that was the first time, and he got hooked.
Yeah, then I started to crave it. It's the same way with Bloody Marys. Like whenever I was in college, like I was like, man, I hate Bloody Marys. I hated the way tomato juice tasted. Like V8 was big whenever back then. And I remember going to a football game one day and I was hungover, and some old lady was like, "You need a Bloody Mary," and I was like,
She was right.
"No, I don't." And anyway, I drank one, and I did. She was right. And I drank the whole thing, and then all of a sudden I need another Bloody Mary. Then I need another Bloody Mary. And then the next thing you know, like I was waking up on Sundays, going to Bloody Mary bars, like nerding out over these things. And then I started to crave them. So I kind of had the same with the dark beer. And
What's your
trying-
favorite Bloody Mary?
I will tell you the secret to a Bloody Mary is a Bloody Maria tequila instead of vodka.
That's it.
That's the key. to
So
a
I
good
did them with
Bloody.
gin at some point.
I've never had that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a Bloody Maria,
Tequila.
she's the way to go. Add some Tabasco or whatever.
What's your go-to
She-
Bloody Mary mix?
Zing zang.
Yeah, zing zang
Has
all
to
day.
be.
All right.
Has to be.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
good
with you on
people.
that.
You're good people.
But a spicy
Pass-
one too. It has to have Tabasco. Some
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Fruit.
Yeah.
I think Chris over there at the office, I like his because he'll do the vegetable. He'll take the vodka and he'll like infuse it for a couple weeks or a month. If you ever go in the office on your left,
Ooh.
you'll see like the container with vegetables in it, and that's vodka for the Bloody Marys. And it just hits different. And they don't serve them really big, but like it's addictive.
So y'all don't sell anything other than beer at Fly, right?
Well, y'all do daiquiris, and
We have 2 beer daiquiris, but it's beer based.
they're good.
Is there a bloody beer-based Bloody Mary?
No,
Uh,
Or we
but
just
no,
come
but
up with something?
We've done
make
beer
micheladas?
bloodies and micheladas.
That sounds interesting.
So I got the salt downstairs. I don't know how to make the rest. My old neighbor brought me the salt. He puts it on his beer.
Beer salt?
Michelada.
It's like it's like a I don't know how to explain it.
So explain a Michelada. How would you make that if I walked in and ordered one?
So a Michelada, you would salt the rim, some ice. Then you're gonna do your beer. I would probably prefer Mexican lager, Mi Amo. It's a great beer, by the way. And then you're gonna want to add some of your. I guess it's just Bloody Mary mix, is it not, Miles?
tomato juice.
Oh,
yeah.
it's just tomato juice. Excuse me. Some
Tomato
Worcestershire.
juice.
Tomato.
I think it's
um,
tomato.
Clamato?
Clamato.
What?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was Bloody Mary mix, if I'm being honest. So like
They're pretty
bad
similar.
bartender.
But you salt the rim with Tajin instead of salt.
Okay.
I've had one, but you had a sweet one y'all had that you made me a beer.
No. That
What was
was
that?
that was sorry for partying. It was a passion fruit margarita sour.
What do we got to do to get
Um,
ice cream in there to do brew beer floats? That's what.
Space for a freezer.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What is
Help
that? What is that
fund
salt
it.
though? What does it taste like to you? That salt? If somebody had it,
It's tahini. That's what we put on that.
tahini. That's what I got downstairs.
Oh yeah.
But he takes it like the old school way. Like my grandma used to drink nothing but like natty lights, and she'd always put salt on the rim, and she'd lick first, then drink. And he was doing the same thing with that salt, but he didn't, mix anything. But that's how he did it.
I've
Went bad.
seen a couple people that come
I
in
do
and
have
ask
lots.
for some.
Lots of people ask for salt or lime.
Do you
for
have
their
it?
beer.
You have it for them or no?
Yeah.
That's like going to Roost Chris and asking for steak salts. I feel
or
like.
ketchup.
I think the
Yeah.
weirdest thing I've ever gotten is somebody asked for vinegar.
Huh.
What for? What?
I'm sorry.
They
What?
put like a cap full of vinegar in their beer, and I was like, "What is wrong with you?"
That sounds disgusting.
They have the pickle salt too.
Did they give you an explanation for that?
I didn't. Ask.
I
No.
know he didn't want to know.
Matt, have you had that dill pickle
He
salt?
just said he liked it.
Have you?
What is it? Dill pickles?
There's like a salt. There's a salt for beer. It's like you can get it at the gas stations.
I know
I've
what
seen
you're talking
those.
about.
I've never had it.
Yeah, you
I've seen
shake
them.
them,
They're
little
like a
shakers.
bottle. Yeah.
I've
No,
always been curious.
it's a weird mix.
Yeah, the only people I know that drink that are like old heads.
I'm telling you, my grandma and grandpa in the 90s were rocking salt on their beer. Their friends were doing it
If you
too.
guys know anything about this beer salt, y'all leave it in the comments. Point us in some right directions. All right. Tell me how cool it is to see your beer in the shelves at the gas stations.
Oh, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah. I mean, so whenever they come in, y'all are loading the trucks up at y'all's place, or
Yeah.
how's that work?
Yeah, they come. Usually, we get most of our pickups on Monday. So today we're sending beer out, and tomorrow I'll go and I'll be in Rouse's and I'll see it out on the floor.
What y'all's number one? Rouse is it?
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
I'll buy from Rouse's.
I would assume so.
I know we're in Rouse's, local markets. It's really fun to see our friends from out of town, like in Hattiesburg, even because we don't distribute very far. But our friends in New Orleans will send us pictures and say llamas in the wild, and it's fun to see it branching out
Yeah.
and expanding.
I'll always see like Bridget
Mhm.
at gas stations, but when you go to Rouse's, you get more variety.
Yeah, I think Rouse's has Fly PA, Bridget, our party pack, 1 sour,
And the lager, huh?
and then
They should have lager.
mango. No, we discontinued the lager for production, like mass production, and putting it out in the market. So we're doing Bridget now instead.
But you can
Oh.
also go there and just buy beer. Y'all
Yeah,
have a refrigerator
There's
full
a
of beer.
fridge right there by the bar.
We do to-go beer, so we'll have the to-go cooler.
Yeah, do people call those in, or how does that work?
You just walk in and get it, but
Just
you
walk
can
in,
also
grab
call
what you
and check.
need. We also have crowlers, so we have our little 32-ounce cans, and if there's anything on tap, but we don't have pre-canned, we can seal it up. for
Garrett, can
and
you
put
grab
lock
that
away.
off the shelf, please?
We also keep probably
No,
The
the
can
fly.
we probably have twice as many beers like packaged sold in house than we do out in the stores.
Really?
Yeah, so we have a lot more that we sell just out of the tap room.
That's pretty dope. What's y'all's hours there?
So Tuesday through Thursday from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Friday we're 3 to 10.
Crowlers.
You set that on the table too.
Yeah. So you can get that filled up at any given point with any beer that's there.
We close at 10 or 11 on Friday. You're the bartender.
Depends on how busy we are.
Yeah, that's what I like to
usually our
hear.
answer.
Yeah.
We kind of all know that we're essentially
Working for tips.
we're
and
there
wanna
until
be there whenever
people
we're
are
here.
there.
But I do know that
If people
what
are
Martini's
drinking
is
or
right next
something.
door. That place is a late night spot. They're always open.
Yeah.
5 a.m. sometimes.
We got some people right here. Chris is FEB. He sells
up?
beer.
Do what up, Kyle? what
Cheers,
up?
y'all.
Right?
What up, Butler for governor? One day. Yeah, no, I've never. I mean, all y'all's beers are great. I always have fun going with Mel and she just sometimes
Yeah,
like,
and
pick me
the
a beer, pick me
bartenders
a
are
beer.
great.
Jordan's my favorite. He'll say, "Just pour me something," and I love that because then I get people to try things that they normally wouldn't try.
It's good. It's a good thing, but sometimes you forget what you're drinking.
It's a good atmosphere there, and you guys got all the games and stuff set up. I think Big Jenga gives me a heart attack every once in a while in there.
Every time it crashes.
Yeah, but the
It's
food
the
trucks is what
PSA.
it's about for me.
A PSA, you're supposed to yell Jenga before it hits the ground.
Oh yeah,
Really?
that is a PSA. Wait a minute, we can say that again. Hold on. Yell Jenga before it hits the ground.
I think if we put a little rug under there, we could save some
It is like
ears.
yeah, somebody's gonna.
So when are y'all gonna drop that food truck? I know y'all got something in the works.
Coming next month.
Oh, what's that gonna be on that truck?
Lots of good food.
Have you been working on the menu or?
Dave and Kara have been killing it on the menu.
Yeah.
They've been testing out a lot of things.
Is it
Well,
a secret right now?
I'm not entirely sure what they've decided on finally, but they had some good ideas rocking.
So there will be a full-time food truck there at
Yeah.
this
There
point.
will be a full-time food truck.
So that was one of the big things for me that was fun to go there and see who was serving food. I guess always, but mainly it was for the beer. But
I'm excited about that. You're gonna have
It's
heat.
gonna be awesome.
They're gonna have some heat.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what Dave's cooking up.
We'll ask him.
I know one thing for sure. We're gonna have jumbo pretzels
Jumbo
with
pretzels.
cheese.
with beer cheese.
Cheese.
You got-
Beer cheese.
Like who doesn't want to just sit there, drink a beer, and eat a giant pretzel?
That was me and Emily's first date in Hattiesburg at the Porter. Have you ever been to the Porter? It's in downtown
think so.
Hattiesburg. Y'all go like when y'all are off, go to Hattiesburg and go to the Porter. And it's just it's got like beer food and craft beer on tap, which they should have y'all's on there, but it's just a bunch of tap wall. And they have like that pretzel with the cheese. They got big bacon, just off the wall stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I love pretzels with cheese.
Hey, let me ask what is that machine that like cleans the glass out with the water whenever you pour the beer in it? Because that looks cool.
So
I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool.
Oh, the
What is
glass
it? What's it
rinser?
call? Glass rinser?
it's just
Called
a
the
glass
glass rinser.
rinser.
or are you
So
talking about the machine in the sink?
Yeah, I mean the glass rinser, I
or
think.
like
But all of it, really,
underneath
it's
the
all
tap
one.
handle,
Yeah,
is
it's
that
all
what
the
you're
same thing,
asking?
isn't it?
So we wash our dishes, we rinse our dishes, sanitize, let them sit, and then so before we pour a beer, just give it one last good little rinse. Make sure there's no sanitizer or any.
So is that like a gravity fed thing?
It
or
also
like-
chills the glass a little bit, so
pretty
helps
dope. It looks
with
cool
that.
as shit.
It
I'm not gonna
does.
lie.
It does.
People ask, "What did you put in my beer?" And I'm like, "Look,
No, it's like a waterfall inside the cup. First,
It's
off.
squirting out, dude. I see it. Like it just goes.
Yeah, no, it's got some pressure behind it.
give it a good little rinse. Make sure your beer's
I need one of those in the house. for my cup.
What
We make
is the
them. You can get one.
what is
Really?
the best temperature to drink beer?
It depends on the style of beer.
Let's go right now. So we did stout. Like I was a stout, and you keep
So
like
stouts, to get the malty flavor and stuff, a little warmer. So closer to like 48 degrees.
okay.
Most beers are served at 38 degrees. And the colder you get, you lose more flavor.
Huh?
So like Twin Peaks doing 29 degrees.
Losing flavor.
You're gonna lose
Never
all your
drink a
flavor,
beer out
yeah.
of a frozen glass.
And if-
you should
right.
never get served in a frozen glass. It's either going to be
You heard it here
like-
first.
Like think
Probably
about
not
it.
first.
Anything dirty that was on there, you're not going to be able to see because it was frozen. So now it's all just wet in your glass.
Ugh. Good point.
Any chemical that was left on it's frozen on it,
No beer rinser.
Yeah,
No
ice.
glass rinser. Strike two.
Aw.
and it's going to make your beer foam more. So whoever's serving it out of that's also losing. a
I
little
do like cold
I
beer,
will
but
say also, I believe now all of our bartenders, shout out all of us, we are all now certified beer servers. So you would learn that if you wanted to and take your.
no, I trust you. I
What's
trust
the
you.
class? What's the beer server class?
So Cicerone level 1.
Cicerone
Yeah,
level
so-
1. Y'all are all Cicerones?
Now officially,
But
I
what?
believe everyone at our brewery today.
That's actually
I
huge.
just wanted to send my
Shout
guys a
out.
shout out.
So
Yeah.
let's go back to that.
You would
Congratulations.
learn that if you.
Is
That's
it
when we learn everything that we
Okay.
need to know behind the bar.
is it
when
a
we
state
take this
thing?
class.
Is it a state or is it like a
Internationally recognized.
really?
You've heard of sommelier, right?
Oh yeah.
So back in like 2008, there wasn't a way to like do that with beer. So somebody created this, and this is a certified. Now it's like a
And-
recognized program.
And that's the people that drink the wine that kind of like do the mouthwash thing.
Yeah. Like,
But this is the way of doing it with beer.
Whatever it is. I mean,
So you learn how to taste beer. You learn all the main ingredients of beer, like hop growing regions.
did you get to get drunk whenever you were getting tested?
Depends
No.
on which one of us it was. So
Good
who doesn't
answer.
drink probably.
Yeah. So anyway, that sounds pretty cool.
I like the surprise.
Of what? The
It's
potency?
just a beer that I have no idea what I'm drinking because I don't want to. Because you just sometimes you'll bring me a beer and I'm like, what? It's amazing. But you know what I mean? The next beer, it's like, okay. And the other beer just jumps around. It's just when y'all drop the ding dong, I'm like, okay. And then we mixed it too. The fire marshal that's always there.
Oh, that would be Brian.
He
Shout out you, Brian.
Yeah, we shout
Brian,
out
thank
Will.
you so much. He bought me a beer and he did like a 30%, 70%.
What was the mix?
He did ding
Thank
dong.
you, Brennan.
Huh? Oh, Brennan, yeah.
Shout out that guy.
He likes y'all seltzers.
You know, well, I
So-
thought you always thought you were a seltzer guy.
Hey, real men make seltzer and real men drink seltzer.
That's right. That's right. No laws.
I think
On the
with
claws.
I think it's Bridget and Ding Dong. 70%
A
Ding
mix
Dong.
of those two?
Yeah.
That sounds
Well, now I have
dangerous
to
when you
try it
start
next
mixing.
time I go.
I think I remember Brian telling me about that.
But I didn't know he bought it for me when I went to the restroom, got back, and there was a glass, and he said, "You want to try it?" And I said, "Yeah, that's good." Thank you, man.
I always get like I was saying earlier, the dark ones, and they gotta sit there and defoam. What is the proper terminology for that?
Are you talking about nitrogenated beers?
I
Nitro
guess.
beer, so it has to cascade up.
Yeah,
and
Cascade.
finish
That's it. That's it.
Settling.
It's pretty fire though. I like it. What makes it do that?
So instead of being like carbonated with like using CO2, you use top pressure with nitrogen at a really high PSI, and about after 24 hours after it's out on the keg, those very small bubbles get in there, and you have a special tap that has little like it's like a sieve, so it's got little holes in it, so it breaks out all the foam, and then all the beer comes back together,
Dope.
and it just gives you a lot smoother mouthfeel.
It is good. It is good.
What are all of the dark beers? The stouts. What's the other ones?
Some stouts. We've had
You
a
have porters, you have
porter. We've
browns.
had a good our Solomon. I'm patiently waiting for Solomon to come back.
Doppels.
A Doppelbock. I guess a Munich Dunkel
Dunkel.
would be considered a dark beer.
you have the
Um,
dark lager,
Stouts. Oh, please.
lot of
Leo
dark
should be
beers.
back
lots of
soon.
dark beers.
What about IPA?
What about an IPA?
Y'all do a lot of IPAs?
We do
We
a
have so
decent
many
amount of
different
hazies.
kinds of IPAs on tap right now. It's awesome.
Is that your favorite?
Personally, no.
What is your favorite?
Agreed.
My favorite beer on tap forever and always is going to be Papa Chaps. It's an American Pale Ale, so a little lighter than an IPA, which I used to only like sours. So we're growing, we're getting there, we're branching out.
Yeah.
IPAs are good, but I've had to learn to appreciate them.
I just
over
made
the
fun of my
years.
friend Colin Cavett because that's all he drinks, and like it comes with the stigma. He's the IPA guy.
What do we do, Garrett? What do we need to
What
do?
do we need to do, Garrett?
Garrett just needs a mic and start talking.
Yeah, Garrett. Do more
He's
sand
doing
signals.
sign language and everything.
Do more hand
This is a really
signals.
good mime show over there.
No.
What about you, Miles? What's your favorite?
I really like dark, light, like well attenuated beers, like the Munich Dunkel. We also have like alt beer, which what I was talking about, like which is like a dark lager. So it's traditionally really well attenuated, so it doesn't taste super heavy like you're drinking a stout or like an American stout, and you just get all that nice chocolatey overtones, and also like a Marzen. Love a good Marzen Oktoberfest.
Marzen.
Marzen. What does that mean?
Marzen lager, also known like Oktoberfest. So we got like raisiny notes, dried fruit. I just like that really big malt character.
Okay. So, have you personally done your own recipe yet?
No, not my personal own recipe.
No, not yet. Have you been working on one, like in the back of your head, like whenever it's time, you're gonna unleash it, or?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely some things I've played with.
So, what do you got
But-
interest in? I guess. Like, what do you think? You got any like, hidden secrets or?
Really want to do an ice beer,
Ice,
so
like
an ice bock.
I was thinking, like
What is a
natural ice?
So an ice bock is you pretty much you brew it, you let it ferment, and then once fermentation is complete, you freeze it.
Hey, Garrett, can you pull up an ice box?
We need to do this. Yeah,
So-
yeah. I
Sir-
support this.
I'm
I
also
support this.
unfamiliar.
Grab some of these
so I'm
beers.
That
intrigued.
sounds very interesting.
So once you freeze it, like you get the separation of alcohol, so it comes out a lot stronger, but you also get all that malt character and everything. It's
So we get him. We'll do a share screen, and then like when he talks about a beer, we'll throw up like there's so many different beer names. Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't even. Y'all are
So
way more.
lost right now.
Yeah, it was like Natural Light and Bud Light whenever I was growing up, and then Miller Light, and then I quit drinking beer for a while.
Yeah.
I'd really just now gotten back into it. I wouldn't say a lot, but this is an ice beer.
Weizen ice bock.
It's like one of the older beers.
So where does that kind of recipe come from? Up north where it's cold?
Yeah, that was like Northern Europe.
Really?
So they'd freeze that stuff.
So is beer in your family? I mean, is this something that you kind of just picked up on your own, or?
No, this is something I just kind of picked up on my own. Started making beer my freshman year in college with a friend, and we made some really bad stuff.
Man, failure leads to some good things.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like that's where you get to separate the men.
Miles, what do you think? Like, if you want to try like a small batch, what was the smallest batch you can make to kind of figure out the beer you want?
I'd do a 4-barrel.
Okay.
We could also do it too.
What's that mean?
4 barrels, 120 gallons. My bad.
Yeah,
We are really like this.
yeah I'm pretty
idiocracy.
dumb whenever it comes
Idiocracy
down
right
to
here.
this.
When it comes to beer.
So a barrel is 31 and a half gallons.
Okay,
That's a lot of beer to me.
that's a
Yeah.
lot.
So half barrel, like the big kegs you get of like Busch Light and stuff back
Yeah.
in the day,
Yeah.
it's 15.5 gallons of beer.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
How many? Now, if you mess up a beer, could you fix it or you got to dump it?
It depends on what you're doing, but usually like it's not much of a mess up as much of it's just not good enough. Like
How do you know whenever that's the case?
if we don't like if we're tasting something and it's not up to our standard, we're not gonna put it out on the wall.
Do you taste it or do you make her taste it or does who taste it? Who makes that call?
Me and Dave taste it, and if like we aren't feeling it. It's
So do you
fine.
dump it out or do you guys have like an employee after hours party? Or-
It usually goes down the down the.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt, man. You guys got time and effort into that stuff.
I mean,
Man.
we've only had to do one batch like that, and it was a small batch, but that was
I mean, if power goes out, you're screwed.
Oh yeah, power goes out. Yeah, definitely having a chiller that controls all the tank temperatures. Plus, even having like the main cooler where you have 700 to 1,000 cases of beer,
In there.
and that if that lost power, yeah, that's scary.
Have you ever made a mistake and put the wrong label on a beer?
No, never got that far.
Never happened.
See, to somebody like me, you could pull it off. I wouldn't know the difference. It's just like, this is great.
Could you see it there? Like send it out, like doing a Mexican lager, be like a Bridget.
Have y'all ever thought about doing a Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory style golden ticket in the beer?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Let me know. We
every
wanna
brewery's
promote
thought
that.
of idea. Every brewery wants to do that.
Let me know.
What was your question again?
I was just saying, like, you know, like a Mexican lager,
Oh yeah.
but it's disguised as a Bridget.
See, that couldn't happen just because of the amount of times we go back there and taste the beer while it's sitting on a pallet. We'll like pull a 6-pack and it'll be in there missing like one, or she can admit that there's probably so many not full cases because we'll go in there and pull it and just
Odd
sample
numbers,
the beer.
man. You can't.
Quality control, okay?
Yeah.
And we would have definitely noticed,
You know,
before it ever went out.
I like the blank cans. It's always a mystery.
Oh yeah, our short fill cans.
Yeah, you back in the day, you used to give me like, you know, the blank cans.
Yeah.
I used to have them and like have like a 6-pack, and it's like, I don't know what I'm drinking.
What's a
Those are
short?
fun when we leave?
So when we're running the canning
Remember
line, usually the first 7 cans to 2 cases, you're adjusting, getting everything in the flows right and the foam right,
Okay.
and getting the fill levels right. And so you pull those 2, and they're short fills, so we won't sell them.
And there might not be all the way full. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, and even if they are, usually we at least pull the first like half case, just because it's cooling down the line. Everything's going to change, and
A lot of beer wasted.
and
Drink it.
14 cans.
Huh?
14 cans.
A lot of beer.
Yeah.
Which it goes into like we'll use those for like sampling and comparing
Yeah.
on draft. So like say we canned a hazy IPA, which are probably some of the hardest things to put in cans and not have oxidation and stuff. So as soon as we put it on draft, about 2 weeks later, we'll pull one of those cans that are in the cooler plus a hot can, and then
Compare it.
and drink one off draft, because a stainless steel vessel is not going to have as much deterioration, and we get to just do side by sides,
Have you ever knocked over a case of blank cans?
like just empty cans.
I just want to, yeah, just like
So-
crushed them.
Not on purpose, but there's this one time there's like a half stack of Curlew's cans,
Oh,
Lost them.
and we were trying to move them around in a Connex trailer, and a drift track kind of fell on.
What about at the bar? You guys ever got any casualties there?
it's a lot.
Overflowage and spilled beers and.
I'd say there's a couple glasses.
We have some glass casualties here and there.
Probably because the water out of the or the glass rinser is squirting so hard into it.
And I mean, you got to think about y'all's traffic though. I mean, y'all get hit. Like it'll be like calm. Like we get there right because the office is right by their place.
Yeah, right across the street.
We'll be
which is-
having like a mellow, chill little day, and then all of a sudden there's 75 people, and we're like slinging beer here and there. A glass breaks.
I think a lot of you have grabbed the rag a few times over the counter when I'm like, can I wipe this area? Because people are getting their beers and they're walking off. And it's like, if you're in that area, got a little splash coming this way.
Yep.
I'm okay. I was like, but I know where that white rag's at.
I really feel like it's taken just like huge success there. So whatever you guys are
Yeah, we've
doing,
been really
keep
blessed by
doing
the
it. You
community.
guys,
Yeah.
props to y'all. Like y'all are bringing it.
Atmosphere is a big part of it.
We really just come in every day knowing we're gonna have a good day. You know,
How do you do that? Teach
we
me.
have a great team. We have a great group of people that we work with. Our customers are amazing, especially our regulars. We love you guys. You know, so
Well,
it
what's
makes
the-
it better.
what's
when we
the
see
difference?
Our regulars, we get excited.
If you had to like break it down, on a percentage versus, new people versus regulars, what would you say? 50-50 or?
I'd say probably
I
more
would
towards
say
our
it-
regulars, and we have a lot of people coming in from out of town, but like
We
we
either have
wouldn't
our
have those
regulars
if we
or-
didn't have our regulars that were out
Right.
in the
Supporting
community
it.
also talking about it.
That's cool.
Very much like the people we see every few days, or like tourist. We have a little in between too.
Dude,
but
they get
it's a
slammed by the Shrekker
majority-
games.
Yeah, I know. I was in there one day and it was just, I've been there a few
The Sucker
times.
games are awesome.
Y'all have your own
Yeah.
Shrekker beer.
The mango salsa.
Are y'all in the stadium? Can they get your beer in
Yeah.
the stadium?
We
Just Fly
actually,
PA, Bridget, and the mango salsa.
the boys have brewed a beer a seltzer that is just at the stadium. So it's our Let's Go Trucker seltzer. It's mango.
Oh,
we
it's
have
like
we have it at the-
exclusive for
yeah,
them.
It's exclusive in the stadium. We have it at the tap room as well, but it'll only be
We actually distribute some of that. So
Oh,
there's
do we?
mango seltzer out there.
Out there?
Surprise.
That's the clear beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seltzer,
Yeah. They had it at the downtown event one time. I tried it. It was good.
It's good, if
First
you
Friday is a good time.
Yeah, first Friday is a good time.
with the tap room, you
You
can.
is this Friday. So come
What?
out.
Yeah, this
What is-
Friday, first Friday.
It is first Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
It
You
is.
guys
first
gonna be
Friday.
there? You're gonna have a tent?
I'll be out there.
Yeah.
I'm always. I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. I love it. I love First Friday. Do you ever have when y'all create the beer and they're out in the cans? You don't really know what's going to hit.
Oh yeah.
You know, like in certain areas, and I like, let's say,
Or do you?
well, Jeff was talking about that Patoosie. Jeff was saying like certain markets, you know, Poplarville or Hattiesburg, Hurley, they're all different.
Oh yeah. Each little region drinks different stuff.
Can you tell? You know what they are? You know who drinks what?
No.
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 You need to write down that market analysis right there. Like,
So,
Like, it's mostly light beers and seltzers over here. We get more like IPAs drinkers in Louisiana.
so what would you say to someone who was like a just a regular Bud Light drinker that walked in and they just said, "Hey, I'm new to this game. Where should I start?"
Grab you a water. Just kidding. Usually I go for the Kolsch, maybe like Mexican lager. Bridget for sure. We'll always have Bridget. She's our number one girl. She's a Belgian wit. So
The number one girl.
Mavis.
Who's Bridget named out there?
who is Bridget named
What's the
after? Do you
story
know?
behind Bridget?
Don't ask me.
Probably the only one I don't.
Ooh, and it's the number one girl.
But
bottom
Mavis
B.
is our farmhouse ale. We're about to do a cream ale, so we'll have a cream.
sorry, what is that?
We do have lots of good lighter options for
That's a
people
light
who
beer.
don't, typically drink craft beer. And then we'll be like, okay, if you like that, bump it up a notch.
Do you
There it
think
is.
like seltzers
here's
are taking up
it's
the
a
world?
gateway drug.
Hold on, Matt.
right?
Do you think seltzers are taking over the world,
I think
Matt?
No.
Oh.
No,
Do you drink seltzers?
like once in a blue moon.
I see them all the time.
Shotgun one, it'll change your life.
Yeah, I used to. So I was drinking half
All
Tito's,
the
half,
time.
half White Claw.
Huh?
I
I
love
call them Greg drinks. They're good boat drinks.
Half Tito's, half White Claw.
I like
Yeah.
the
Like,
dill.
zest.
Whatever.
Yeah, it'll
Pickle
get you
beers.
right.
Whatever the one you got me, it was a seltzer. I don't know if it was called pickle, but
No,
it was a seltzer, but it tasted really good. It wasn't like sweet.
it could have been
Free
the coconut
Britney?
lime ginger.
Free Brittany?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Our girl, Free Brittany. It's an Arnold Palmer seltzer. I think you've had that.
So what are
That's
some of the
it.
coolest
Yeah,
names y'all
that's
have?
really
Do you
good.
just get to make some cool shit up or what?
Mallory. There's a beer
Llama.
named
Oh, there's a
after me.
Mallory beer. That's dope. That's a huge honor. Yeah, you must be doing well right there. What else?
A lot of them
Is there
are
Myles?
fun and song references. Small World IPA. That's a good one.
Small World was good.
For
It was
Mac.
good hazy.
Our boy Mac Miller.
Oh, I thought it was going to be after the ride at Disney.
Miles, what's your favorite beer name?
Llama Ding Dong.
It's a cute one.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a,
I drank
it's a-
that one.
but it's a really good beer.
Oh yeah.
And I mean
That's
that
West
like
Coast style IPA.
like you said you were thinking about a stout. I think about that beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
great.
the lime or without a lime?
I can do both.
Yeah, you could totally throw a lime in that.
And Llama Llama Ding
Yeah.
Dong. I'll try it next.
I don't know if have I done that? I don't know.
I haven't, but it would go.
So before y'all bring a beer to the line, is it called to the line? Is that what we call it? Like to
On
the
tap?
to on tap? Okay. Yeah, I was a cook, so we say line. Sorry. But do you like describe to them like this is this and this is how I would, sell it or pitch it, or this is how I would describe it, or it's best served with?
No,
I
we,
mean-
we tell them to try it.
Yeah, put it on tap, try the beer, get a feel for it yourself, see what you think.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the keynotes of or
How-
key flavors or this or that.
Do you ever have people come in there and do a taste test and leave?
Yeah, some people will come in and just like get a flight and they could only have a few beers, so they just got a few.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody just come and sample.
Oh no.
haven't had that.
Luckily
Y'all do have the samples though in
Yeah, they
there. If
do.
you want
Yeah,
to,
we-
if you want to try something, just ask. I'll say that because I think y'all let me try a couple of different ones and before I made up my mind on what I want.
right.
I mean, there's so many different beers there, and if it's your first time, I mean, it's swing and a miss sometimes.
Exactly.
So you want to appease the customers, but I think that's awesome. You guys got like I said, an awesome thing going on.
Do you think that people are starting to be a little more open minded towards different beers and not just like a light beer?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like from the time I got back down to the coast to now, like it's gone from people just drinking light beers or
Oh.
light lagers to actually expanding to actually drinking IPAs now. That's been I might not like hazy IPAs. They're not my favorite style. They're good, but the revolution they brought on of introducing people to other styles of beers has opened up a huge thing with the craft industry.
You're seeing a big part of like the craft taking over now. Like
Yeah, I heard there's another one that's about to come to Biloxi potentially.
Yeah,
so.
I heard that too. I don't know anything about it.
I just know that. Yeah, I've heard of it. So that is becoming a thing. I mean, even North Mississippi, they got a couple.
Where are they going to put it at?
I don't
It's
really
over
know.
by y'all's
I think it's
office.
going to be on Howard. I
Yeah,
heard.
Yeah, I think
Right?
it's over by y'all's office.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a roll-up garage door. I think.
I welcome them.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be a big block party.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
More beer, more better.
well, but it's definitely atmosphere, especially if you have a food truck and consistent food and you're got good service and it's good music. I mean, that's what it's about.
And downtown Biloxi's really just been taking off.
Dude, it's been
Like,
popping.
Corey
it's
Christie
been
on
awesome
bicycles
to
and
see.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Bert, they're riding their bicycles there.
Yeah, bicycle gang. They come in every here and there. They do their little bike ride and stop in.
I mean, it's a big support system y'all have. I mean,
Yeah,
there's-
even y'all got the walkway,
Oh yeah, we are blessed.
so you can park under the bridge now, and it's like a lighted walkway that goes to. That wasn't always there whenever y'all first opened
Oh
up.
yeah, that was.
No,
That
I
was a
don't
new
think
thing.
that walkway or even like the lights or anything was there at first. It was kind of
But y'all demanded the parking pretty much. Like nobody could park anywhere. So I mean, that shows growth right there. And you guys are killing it.
any new development happening over there?
I'm sure always.
You know anything?
I always park in that building across the street.
What
It's
do they
for
do?
sale. I don't know.
Yeah, what are they doing with right across the street from y'all?
Last I saw it was for sale.
Maybe I should buy it for some storage so we can do some ice beer.
We definitely need.
Oh,
storage.
yeah.
So you're like tapped out.
All right, so let's ask this.
We just have a ton of cans.
Where are you guys from? I mean, you from here?
I'm from Gulfport.
Gulfport.
from here. From
So
the-
what's Jeff saying?
You're from Gulfport as well.
Enjoying it, Dolores. Cheers, guys. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, Jeff.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers.
No beer.
Jeff was in the hot seat. He had to sit in uncomfortable chairs whenever he was here, though. So
You can sit on the futon.
you guys are getting lucky. We changed it up.
I'd
It was-
imagine the whole entire brewery that is in the back's like, y'all growing yourself.
Yeah. We have a lot of storage back there. Just cans, probably a couple 100,000 cans.
Couple 100,000. That's almost more than
At
I could
least.
think.
Yeah, I mean, you got to buy them by the truckload. These
Do y'all make forts? Because if I had,
you don't touch the blank cans.
you don't. They're sterile.
You don't. No, I mean
Oh,
they'll
okay.
dent easy too, though.
They did.
Uh-huh.
We do get really good naps in on the grain bags. Here
Yeah.
And there.
The grain bags.
What if they did make a
Lay on
fort
back.
though?
It would probably be a
small.
dope fort. I'm just saying. I remember going to like Winn Dixie, and whenever I was a kid, and whoever was stacking like the Dr. Peppers, they got paid extra for that day or whatever, and they'd make these big, elaborate. I can't be the
Little
only.
castles
Yeah,
and
you know what I'm
stuff.
talking about.
The
Like,
flag.
yeah.
during
I would
4th
probably,
of July.
wouldn't be interested in doing the same thing if I worked there. But
Yeah, when we switched to the black cans I think it was about last summer now. I remember walking in like one morning, probably like 5 a.m. to get brew day started, and we just unloaded the truck the day before. We still had half a truckload, so like it was walking lanes, and just like one forklift lane. And I'm walking to the very back. There's no lights, and I'm walking through a tunnel of just black cans with my phone flashlight.
That's sick.
And it would be really cool to make a fort with them. Though.
so yeah, maybe one day we should.
So
we can
y'all
film
are
a video
all
and
black cans now. Everything's black cans.
Except our 16 ounces.
all black.
Are
everything.
people buying 16 ounces?
Yeah.
Is that more popular? Or?
That's like-
Those-
Uh,
I would say that's what Millie Grace and our hazies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16 ounces are just harder to come by now because pretty much everything you're ordering these days, you have to get like full truckloads or a half truckload.
Oh yeah.
Inventory.
Yep.
And each week it goes up.
Oh, yeah.
So the grain bags and the grains that you guys use, where do those come from?
So right now we're using, what is it? Great Western malting. For a majority of it, we use a lot of Wireman. So Wireman is a German malt. That's an imported malt. We use
Aye.
that for like when we're doing like traditional lagers and stuff. And then the other stuff, we just get whatever we can get the freshest. We were using a couple other companies, and we've gone through pretty much every company from.
I was about to say, do they have like a lot of reps that come in and try to sell you on this product, or
Oh yeah, we
is it
probably
hops and
tasted-
barleys? Is that what you're buying there?
So we use most most of our hops come from Yakima Valley, or for like our hazy IPAs, we use a lot of New Zealand hops. And then but the grain, the majority of it is probably coming like Midwest right now, just because after doing so many trial runs with all the grain, they had the best
Final
flavor.
product.
Yeah, they had the best flavor ratios, grain extracts. So.
How are you learning all this stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying. Did you
Taking a little mental.
I mean, are you going to be able to brew beer before it's all said and done, or what? There's no way I would be able to work somewhere and not want to. I mean, be curious, I guess, and be like, what you doing over there? Like,
I always ask them every day I come in, what y'all brewing today? What's going on back here?
yeah, I
They're
at least
little-
want to know the one that was named
They're
after
like
you.
little mad scientists back there, just always whipping something up.
is it AC?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're good.
Do you have a lab coat?
we have 2 central units back there. I have a lab
Okay.
apron. Well, I have a chemical apron.
You have to, right?
Yeah.
Little goggles.
Yeah.
Miles,
Apron,
what
goggles, gloves.
with like shortages of grains and stuff happening? Have y'all had any scares? That's good.
Yeah, luckily we've been ahead of the game on that. The company we do go through is about to restructure everything, so they're going to shut down for a week. But
Which are just
That's
they
just-
told you in advance, so
Yeah,
you
they-
can
they
order
Buy
a little
more.
they
extra.
gave us a month in advance.
Buy more.
It's kind of stabilizing.
Were they going on a
itself back out.
company-wide vacation, or
No, they're gonna be slinging stuff during that week off.
Did the camera come off, Garrett?
keep losing it? It's the second time.
What?
It's okay. That's why Garrett's here. The OG.
Yeah, I did lose it.
So y'all ever gonna have live music or any of that? Have y'all ever had live music entertainment there?
We have, and we'll be having live music on October 15th for the second annual Llama Palooza.
Llama Palooza. Let's talk about that.
I heard
The
that was
first one-
sick.
the first one was popping.
It's a fun day.
First
All
one
right.
was popping.
What sparked it? Like, what was like, hey, this is what we want to do.
We wanted to kind of do like a music in the streets type thing in the fall around the time that Oktoberfest is going on, just kind of, and then highlight a bunch of different beers that we usually don't have out. And we're going to do that again this year. We already got bands booked, like steamrolling.
I see y'all about you're both wearing bands clothes. I mean, Bonnaroo. That's plenty of
Yeah.
bands there. But is it
think
that type of
a
music?
lot of
Or
us who work at the brewery are very big into
music.
music
That's good.
festivals,
That's
and
good. That's part of the
what's-
vibe.
What
It is part of the vibe. You got to be fly.
Yeah.
are y'all expanding? Somebody told me y'all are gonna be expanding out and like blocking a road. Is that
Oh, yeah,
true?
we'll,
Yeah, so
we'll
we-
have the whole road closed off like we did last year. And we'll have the stage in the road this year.
We'll have some
all things
bands.
permitted.
I know Corey's bands, the Karate Kids, are
Karate
going to be
Kids.
Yeah, that'd be
there.
dope.
Who else, Myles?
Royal Horses and Rebirth Brass Band from New Orleans.
Dude, Rebirth is awesome. I've seen them play a few times.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
So,
I'll try to.
super stoked for that.
Yeah, they're good.
We got on the 22nd. We got Magnolia Bayou coming on.
Heck yeah.
Josh.
Awesome. Josh is
yeah.
the best. We love Josh.
It's gonna be fun. I'm really
I
forward
took
to
Josh home from Fly Llama.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
his girl left him. He said, "Hey, can I ride with you?" I said, "Sure."
Okay,
Oh,
taking the
Ella, we
Saludos
won't-
home.
Huh? Have you?
Yeah,
Have you really?
it. Sometimes you gotta be. That's what you need friends for, man.
that's funny. I've had to take Ella home.
Yeah.
I'll drive your truck, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, he's every time like he has a routine.
Oh,
Oh,
filling
yeah.
station, Llama, sometimes Pepe's home.
I see him all the
We know
time.
the
Every
drill.
follows me around. So
He's so cute.
on Tuesdays we're in Rotary together. We always talk, and then I see him there on Thursdays whenever I go. So
That's his
that's
routine.
what I said. That's the one who put me on the root beer. He said he couldn't drink for a while, and he was still going in there. And he's like,
Oh, he had to come.
he's
get
like,
his
I'm
root
trying
beer.
this. He's like, try this. And I tried it, and I was like, man, this shit is good.
What
He's the cutest.
what's his favorite beer?
His favorite beer is Bella, our Belgian blonde.
The Bella.
He
Does he-
also likes Papa Chaps and Miama Llama.
Yep, that's what he has when he can't have Bella.
Yeah.
Okay, so does he switch it up every now and then?
It's 9 ounce of Bella,
Okay.
unless we don't have Bella, and then it'll either, like I said, it'll be Papa Chaps or Miama Llama, and those no lime because he doesn't like fruity beer.
If you don't have something, what's like how long before you have it again? You know, or-
It depends on what it is. So we don't bring everything back immediately. Like we only have 22 taps right now. We'll have 32 for Llama Palooza.
32?
Malerie will be back for
Oh,
Llama
yeah.
Palooza.
What?
Are you gonna have taps in the food truck?
No, we won't have taps in the food truck.
Heard.
Just food in the food truck.
How do
Probably
how do you have
expensive to put
32
taps.
taps?
Huh?
How are you gonna do that?
We're gonna expand the whole tap wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a little project we have.
We just
going.
dropped that live on Jordan and Matthew.
Yep. And
Hey, you heard it here first.
I'm pretty sure this week we're gonna start expanding the bar too. So that'll be
Oh,
popping
really?
a few feet
All the
as
way
well.
down to the inside.
Yeah, it'll pop out a little bit
Towards
farther.
the first window.
I
Where
love
the
that. I
tanks
love
are.
that. So whenever I was
Okay.
a kid, I remember going to Domino's and like guys, you could watch them like turn the dough, and I would just stand there in front of
Are we keeping that window?
the window and I'd watch, and I'm like, it just was intrigued at the behind the scenes, and that kind of gives people a peek into it right there.
Do y'all do tours?
No, we currently don't do tours. Usually there's
That was in my
somebody-
head, huh?
There's somebody back there working all the time.
So no tours.
No tours.
Do you even need the window?
That's what.
But you
Yeah.
guys can explain it, right?
Huh?
I mean,
That's why we need the window.
Okay.
yeah, that is your tour. Gives you a little taste on the
You get to
inside.
walk over there and look at it all.
There was a time that they couldn't sell couldn't sell beer inside the brewery,
Yeah, pre-July 2017.
and you had to take what was the
A tour.
the ticket vouchers for the
Yeah,
flights.
you had to do a tour, and you could have, I think, like 12 ounces or 15 ounces.
There was so many rules behind the
It made no
workaround.
sense.
You know, Mississippi's got a lot of backwoods things that don't make sense, but I mean, we've been working around it for a while. So
Yeah,
we're coming around. We're coming around as a state as we get older and start to take the reins.
Do you ever think we're gonna have a THC beer?
Once it's completely federally decriminalized,
Do they have them in other states?
there are a couple I'm pretty sure that have like heard of in California, but federally speaking, they're illegal, so you can't. So like the people that license the brewery on a federal level could strip it from them.
Yeah.
Oh, come
So
on.
it's not worth even investing in it at that time. Like I would hate to put all the time and effort into something to have it taken away.
But other breweries do have it. Like let's say Colorado.
I've seen them in a cooler. I don't remember what they're called, but yeah, they have like these IPA infused
Really?
like THC beers and CBD beers.
Things are about to change. Give it another 5 years.
I've seen a lot of CBD beers coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of CBD right now, though. I've tried a good bit of them. I do like a couple of the gummies. But
Yeah.
it's been like hit or miss. Like I really don't like going to like a gas station to get the CBD. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I don't think they work.
No. I'm
Wow.
just getting some Welch's fruit juice. Fruit juice.
Well, that's kind of like they've been pushing the CBD. Like they're trying to get it out there. Just I don't know. I just don't know a lot. It's in every gas station now, and I'm like, I went to a gas station. I'm not gonna name the name of it. Right off exit 50, and I bought one of the pens, the Delta pens.
Yeah, like the Delta 8 or Delta 10.
And-
calling them these days.
I literally took 2 hits off of it, and the liquid just completely went out of it, and it was like $60. Yeah,
Gross.
sketchy.
You know what else I have at every gas station I've been to?
Sunflower seeds.
Hot
Fly
dogs.
Llama beer. They've been
There's
everywhere.
they're a
Where
good
I go,
bit.
they're everywhere. It's pretty cool seeing it. The growth.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, like it's got to be rewarding for you guys to see, the fruits of your labor there.
Oh yeah, llamas in the wild, man.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it's fun to see random people out and about with their little llama hat on or their t-shirt.
I got one.
or their merch.
Jordan got me
Jordan's
one whenever
wearing
y'all
his
first
hat
got
right
one.
now.
When y'all first opened up.
Yeah,
So the merch wall, let's talk about that for a little bit. You guys got what on those? Those all kind of stuff y'all got.
Yeah, we'll have some more stuff coming, I think, for the winter. We're gonna do another hoodie, some cold weather stuff, but we have all kind of stuff. We have hats, tank tops, t-shirts, koozies,
Coos. It's like it's
some
a
stickers.
if you know, you know. If you're in, you're in.
Right.
The Fly
You-
if
Llama
you're fly,
Mafia.
you're fly.
what do they call like the little glasses? You'll sell them.
5-ounce glasses?
Yeah, taster glasses.
It's called taster glass.
Y'all
Yeah,
sell
come
them?
They're cute. They're $5. They're like little mini cans.
Okay.
I have a couple the glasses, the 12 ounces that look like the cans. Yeah, like that. Is that 12 ounce I got?
Pint.
16?
16.
Yeah.
That's a pint.
Dude, I love that
Tall boy
glass.
can.
I love that glass. And I love that right there.
Oh yeah, I love our growlers. They're so pretty.
That's cool.
I love like the floral. Just
So who does all the art? Do you know? Y'all know them, or do y'all just book it out or
yeah,
outsource it? Or?
For the most part, you might remember Camry that used to bartend all the time.
Yeah.
She does a huge part of most of our graphic design.
Awesome.
It's
Yeah.
working.
She does a great job, honestly. Like I love our cans, the retro like just the retro.
How long does it take to come out? Let's say you have a beer in the works. You and Dave are brewing up a beer. How long does it take to be in a can? Or does it have to hit the wall first for a couple weeks? Or what's y'all's rules?
So if we're putting it in a can, we have to go through getting licensing, getting the label approved and all this stuff, getting the recipe approved. Then we can actually, like, usually you don't make the beer until you know that it's all going to get approved. And then once everything's approved, depending on if it's a sour or an IPA, like, or like just a normal stout with no adjuncts in it, like you're going from 14 days to like 21 days.
Okay.
What would stop a beer from getting approved?
Politics?
Misprint, like having something not on there, like you have to have the Surgeon General warning and all that stuff typed up.
Okay.
You have to have your, like, if no artificial ingredients and stuff like that. Like you can't lie about shit like that. So
Right.
that,
Yeah, line's bad. Don't lie.
unless it's to your parents.
Do you have people that come in and check?
So it's called TTB. It's the like Tobacco and Tariff Tax Bureau. I'm pretty sure that's who we go through labels with. So it's all really confusing because it depends on what you're making. So beer is classified and goes to TTB, and then like seltzer goes through the FDA.
Interesting.
FDA.
Like I said earlier,
Because of the
Mississippi,
fruit.
we're weird
I
on
didn't
some
know this
stuff.
either.
Yeah.
This is news
Yeah.
to me.
This is stuff I want to learn.
So you have to go through like depending on what you're making and like the
Got to
classification.
dip their
of
beak
it,
in it.
You have to get different approval from different government entities.
What?
Weird.
That's
Weird.
weird.
We have our approval. We have Jordan Matthews' approval. You just keep on. That's all that really
Stay
on.
matters, right? At the end of the day.
How so but at the brewery, when y'all, let's say y'all drop a new beer and y'all talk about it, come up with a name, put it on the wall. Do y'all look back and see, I mean, y'all sell this many of them, then it goes to a can, or y'all track it?
Yeah, we can track all of that, but sometimes we just send it and put it in a can.
Send it.
Just send it. I love it. I love it.
I think I've watched you work for a long time, especially back in the day, and it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you said it's not work, but I mean, it's a lot to do. It's a lot of moving parts. I mean, you taught me how to rack the cans during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah, the flipping cans is probably the biggest pain in the ass.
So that's where you start. You start flipping cans.
Yeah. Then
That's the grunt warrior.
yep. Usually you start on the canning line somewhere,
Well,
which
that's
is
where
either
you started,
flipping
huh?
cans or down.
You gotta learn it all. Get to
Dude, he
get
can-
the
he can
full
one-hand a
respect.
six-pack.
At the bar, really, and then worked your way.
He can one-hand a six-pack. So is that, see the little plastic thing right there?
Yeah.
He
Like,
can he can grab he knows how to do. He grabs his hand and he can slap them on all 6 beers, pretty like that, and he throws them.
You just roll it on.
He gets
me-
annoyed with us behind the
It's like
bar.
Legos.
He makes fun of us. We tap him.
So he can do one-handed push down, and I could do about 3 or 4.
I'll be like, just give me that. Let me do
he
it.
did it to
Down.
me.
It moves fast sometimes. Luckily, most of our stuff is we have like an automated topper, so there's actually a machine that's putting those on it now. So the only
Make it a little easier,
thing
smarter, not harder.
Okay.
so when you're running our canning line, we have an ABE canning line, and it has a depalletizer where it rinses and sanitizes cans, and then it goes straight onto the line. Fill 7 cans, seam 7 cans, put labels on 7 cans, puts a 4-pack topper on 4 or a 6-pack topper on 6, and it goes to the end of the line, and that's where the other guy stands, and all he does is put them in a case tray and put them on a pallet.
You know, there's another thing too I want to talk about with the craft beer scene. You know, for a while I thought it was like, hey, this is a trend because there's so many of them popping up in the last few years, and now you're seeing people really enjoy a local brewery, and that's cool because, like, you know what I mean? Because y'all's beers are not competitive to, let's say, you know, Bud Light on price points, and people go for price points, but y'all have a good beer, and you're seeing people buy y'all's good beer, paying the extra dollars.
For fly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like about it because I go to Rouse, like I shop at Rouse's. I go to Rouse's, and dude, like, you see the shopping carts, and it's like, I'm in there. I'm grabbing all kinds of brands. I'm like So Pro. I'm grabbing Shandy. I'm grabbing y'all's. I'll go in there and mix it up because they have the little mix up for like, I think it's like $11.
Oh yeah, the little mix and match section.
Sometimes I like doing it because I don't know, you know, I don't want to maybe get a 6-pack because some beers I've had where it's like I can't drink that 6-pack.
Been there.
And normally it's like a stout, man. I'll be honest with you, because if they over like that coffee kick on it, I can't handle it. And Scott taught me that. We did a Walter Anderson beer tasting, and I went with him and his wife to set it up, and he made me go around to each one and taste their stouts. And I was like, oh, that's really good. And then he taught me, it's like, okay, now what's it taste like to you? And I was like, coffee. And he's like, yeah, well, sometimes they'll do it where they just do a little too much to cover it up.
Yep.
And you can get sick from that. I mean,
Oh yeah, one of my favorite things I ever saw on like the brewery page on Reddit. Y'all were around, I'm guessing, and saw social media when they were doing smoothies.
Yeah, we're old.
Like, no, this was like probably 2 years ago now. They were doing like smoothie beers, like really fruited sours.
Never heard of them.
no.
They look ugly in a glass, like just huge bubbles, way too much fruit puree in it. But people would joke about it and would just be like, "Oh man, this beer's horrible." Oh, well, don't worry about it, man. Just throw some fruit in it.
That was the fix.
Really?
And that like some like overly fruited sours. It was just a giant joke. But yeah, that's what they said these breweries were doing. But not to get out. I love a smoothie beer, but I'm not drinking a whole pint. I'll take a 5-ounce pour of that and try it.
I gotta do, I can only do like 1 or 2 stouts.
Oh yeah, they're heavy.
I only want to drink 1 or 2 beers anyway because they're full and they're filling. But that's me. I drink whiskey really whenever I do drink. So.
Double crown,
Yeah.
water.
Splash of water.
It's just splash.
Well, I that started with stouts with Scott at Hops and Growers. I'd sit there before he had his where he was been able to sell beer. He had it where you can come buy grains and do your startup kits, and then I would sit and share beer with him from time to time, and he would kind of show me different beers. Some would be kind of flowery tasting. I don't really know the name, Scott. I'm sorry, but like a beet beer. I remember the first time having a beet beer, it was different.
Oh yeah, really earthy.
And then when I had that stout, I was like, okay, it was like a milky stout. And I was like, okay, this is it. And I drank it for a while and I was like, nope, can't do anymore.
Lactose is very filling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go around to like,
Ugh.
I would go there. I mean, for a year, probably a year and a half, I'd drink nothing but stouts.
I remember you on that phase.
No, you remember.
I remember you on that phase.
There's nothing but stouts. Everything's with stouts. Now, no. I mean, I want to try sours. I'm not big into sours. And I know you gave me a few sours, and I don't mind them, but it's not what I'm going to buy.
Oh yeah, sours are. I have to be in the right mood for a good sour, and I usually can only drink one.
What do you think about beet? Do y'all like beet beer?
I've never had that. I don't think.
Me either.
Have you've had it?
Yeah,
What do you think?
What is
it's
a beet
really
beer?
good.
Can you
I
give
like
us
the
some?
apple in that. Like,
I don't think I like
really well.
beets, period. So
It's different. I mean, there's gonna have so many beers out now. But I'm with you. I think the Bridger will always be that beer. I buy Bridger a lot, especially gas station. I like going in there and seeing y'all stuff and buying it and just having it, sharing with a friend. I mean, it's a good beer. It's a local beer. I like,
dope employees.
I think Bridget is a good boat beer.
yeah.
If you're going out on the boat, going to the islands, you're gonna bring Bridget. It's light, it's easy,
or seltzer.
tastes good, or seltzer.
Or the seltzer. Do
seltzer
you
is
guys
good.
drink other beer or do y'all only drink Llama beer?
Oh no, I drink all kinds of beer.
All
Yeah.
kinds of beer.
He's a beer.
You
Fight.
have to be in order to train your palate, right?
Yeah,
If you're just
exactly.
coaching. Yeah.
My beer all the time.
Yeah.
And you've met a lot of people in this world, in the beer world.
You got to be eager to show your own beer off to these people too, though, huh? I mean, like,
Yeah, I always have like a variety and like a couple in my fridge,
right.
but I try and keep. And it's usually more traditional style stuff.
That's dope.
What do y'all think about percentage of beer? Where would y'all like to be on a beer? Like I know now it's starting to go up. People, now the law lifted up. Now you can have a little stronger beers.
See, that would make making an ice box a lot easier.
So what's the percentage alcohol of that?
Yeah.
They can get upwards.
They can get upwards.
over our 10.2 allowance. I think we should be at like 14 and a half, 15.
What?
That's pretty stout.
Have you ever had a
I
barley
think your
wine?
thing's making noise, huh?
Have you ever had a barley wine?
No.
No, maybe. I don't.
Barley wines are really good too, but they're usually around like 14%.
Urban South has a good one.
13 to 14%.
Urban South
Mhm.
was. I went there. To be honest with you, y'all friends with them?
No, a couple people have.
I know no one.
I went over there for vacation, and I did not have a good experience there. Like nobody like talked to me. Like it was weird. Like there was nobody in there, but they're like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Can you tell me what to get?" And but they do have a good beers. I've had them in cans, but it was a different experience than like going there and you're like, hey, what's up?
I know every time Jordan comes in, hey Jordan.
But it's different when you walk in and nobody's saying anything. And you're here to sell the beer too. It's an atmosphere.
You gotta
Oh,
be,
definitely.
You gotta be able to sit there and like
Converse.
communicate and like talk to your customers as well as
That's how you
just,
get
like,
your
make
regulars.
make people feel included. Like
Right.
So I went to Port Orleans, love them. They were super sweet. And then-
Orleans are good people.
And then Zoni Mash Beer Project, Adam and
Someone
Mitchell.
told me about that
I've
the
heard a
other
lot of
day.
that, but I
Someone was
haven't-
just telling me about that, Miles.
I haven't got to try it. I've heard a lot of good things though.
Oh, Adam's like y'all, and Mitchell, like they're all friends. And we went, and Adam, one of the owners, like spent time with Oliver, played games, buying us beers, trying different beers. I mean, hung out with us the whole time, and it was a good experience. The old movie theater.
Yeah, someone just came in.
That's
the
pretty cool.
brewery and actually was telling me about that. Courtyard over there is good too.
Yeah,
What's
Love
Courtyard?
Courtyard Brewing.
Courtyard, they don't distribute, but it's just a little bitty like hole in the wall brewery. They have a small little system. But
So it's
they
like
do-
hops,
Hmm?
kind of like hops, where it's just like
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have some. They probably have some of the best beers.
What do you got to do to cross that line to distribute your beer?
I
I
mean,
guess is it licensing or
yeah, it's just licensing. Instead of being a microbrewery or like a brew pub, like you can make that choice to distribute, but they'd rather not have to worry about distribution and stuff like that. And
Oh, yeah, I'm
just
sure.
Do little niche beers. They're really good at IPAs and saisons and like traditional style beers.
I think it's a gamble too to say, you know what, I'm gonna start doing beers in cans. A lot of money y'all have out.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's with Zoni Mash, because they opened Zoni Mash Beer Project like during the pandemic. And so I think it's like 3 or 4 friends, but they're like, this is their life. And they're getting up in that ranking, but we're talking about it. They have a beer, like it's IPA hot air that I got. And then I got Lauren Turner making groceries. They had
Shout out you, Lauren.
they had a making groceries beer there.
oh nice.
So I said, okay, my friend has making groceries in Biloxi, and they know who y'all are. I sat there and talked about it. They know y'all's beers.
Heck yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure
We got to go see them, Miles.
yeah?
we can all go there and
Do y'all ever
Let's
do
do
field trips?
Oh yeah.
Work field trips?
I got a minivan.
Work field trips, no. But
You should
me and Mal go.
implement
Go
it.
on some field trips.
Yeah.
I didn't know about court though. I mean, I'll try to hit a few.
Yeah, it's I found it like wandering around New Orleans one day.
Was it Mid City?
No, it's I want to say it's like it's right by the power plant, the old power plant.
Yeah,
Is that Mid City?
It's not quite where Urban South is. It's a couple more blocks, I think, north. But
Have you seen? I mean, they're massive buildings.
oh yeah,
Well, a lot of that stuff, like the movie theater, and I don't know, Urban South was massive. I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
they have dreams.
Their walls of cans is insane, and they're
Like,
all color
I
coded.
dream of having a warehouse that big.
It might happen. I mean, it might happen.
Yeah, y'all have grown pretty fast.
There are
pretty quick.
warehouses around Biloxi.
Oh yeah,
You never know.
I mean,
You never know what's around the corner.
you think you'll ever do a beer bus?
a beer bus,
Yeah.
like
What is
taps on a
that?
bus,
Huh?
like taps on a bus. Or,
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Should be. I mean,
I know there was.
I mean, it's legal to get in your car with a beer. You
There
might
was
as
a
well be.
Yeah.
Get on
a
the
touring
bus.
car that used to drive around. They'd set up and they'd have like beers on draft and out of their car. But I don't know, a bus that. I don't know how we'd get away with that down here.
I did just hear that Margaritaville is going to have one of those view bars that brings you up like 300 feet in the air, and you drink the whole way up and you drink the whole way back
what?
down.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
talking to Koenig the other day,
Okay, we're
and,
doing
and
that.
he's bringing that. You guys at Margaritaville? Y'all's beer there yet? Need to get
Do
it
we have
there
Margaritaville?
I don't know.
because that'd be dope to ride that.
Yeah, that'd freaking be terrifying. I hate it, but I'd do it.
How
Way
high?
up, I'd be okay.
300 feet,
Coming
he
down.
said. 300 feet.
No, that's not that hard.
But then you go up there and you just like kind of hover for a while, and then you come back down. So.
Let's hit some
I think
questions
one
right here.
of
What's
them-
muscadine seltzer is a super tasty. Shout out to Chris Smith at 605, Ben 605. We got Jeff's at going at it right now. He said bring him beer and
Mark Simmons says he wrote about making groceries this month. Shout out, Mark.
she has like I like her carrot tacos.
Oh, he said Lagunitas has one.
Lagunitas, what's that?
I'm guessing that's one of those CBD beers.
Lagunitas. Never heard of that. Jeff knows all the
Heard of
beers.
Lagunitas?
No, what is it?
Pretty big craft.
Really? Yeah, I'm just a square dude.
Yeah, we don't know that at all. I mean, I have this growler that my parents like at the time just seen how I was hanging out with Scott and all y'all
Got you one of the
for
six
Christmas.
ones.
And my stepdad found this in a magazine and ordered it from the magazine, the back of it.
I'm pretty sure I filled that for you a
Mom.
couple times.
Yeah. It's
I
just,
filled that thing a few times.
but this thing right here though, it doesn't work that good.
A little draft.
Because if you lean it over in the car, if you do this,
Spills?
I mean,
You got to put a CO2 cartridge in that anywhere?
Yeah.
On the top,
up right here.
What happens if you don't put the CO2 card in?
you have flat beer.
Flat
But it
beer.
does look cool.
It
Oh
is.
yeah, no, they're really
It's like some
cool.
steampunk.
So do y'all fill growlers at the brewery?
We will. We don't have any for sale, but if you bring yours in, we'll fill it. Please clean it before you bring it in.
Ugh.
That's
We'll fill it
disgusting.
for you.
Seen some nasty growlers in my life.
Well, I have because we had when we first started the show, we'd go to Scott's and just fill up. He'd just fill up whatever for us for each show. His thing is he's closed on Mondays, and we now we do our show on Mondays. But I forgot about one growler. We just got tanked off of it. We did a stout night, and like a half growler, like a 32 ounce, is just still sitting here for like a month. And I went to open it downstairs.
Game over.
Yeah, I was
Huh?
gonna say I'm pretty sure one of the dirtiest growlers I've seen is when you brought me in.
Oh,
Probably.
gross.
Probably,
Dang, Jordan, you got the bad rap.
maybe, but I know for a fact I threw up in the sink.
He warned me.
Yeah.
At least I remember being like, I didn't clean that. It's probably pretty bad. And I was just like, looked at it, walked in the back, and just dunked it in hot water, and then took the top off.
Have you ever opened a bad growler, Matt?
No, I haven't. I've never been really big into the growlers. We used to call them thermoses back in the day, and we would put soup and such in them.
Oh no, they're just made for beer. All right, guys, I got this. Jared, thank you so much for sending this merch. He came on the show. We did the with Richard Hawthorne's event,
Yeah.
and he has his own bodybuilding merch, and he's a fitness guy. Check him out. Thank you, Jared, so much. Yeah, he just sent these hats. I really like this. Like he's bringing it back, but I like this. So, what do you think?
That's pretty badass.
It's a sweet gift.
Yeah.
That's sweet of you, Jared.
Yeah,
Sweet.
appreciate it, dude. We'll plug you.
Hey, he's an MC.
We need MCs more.
Dude, he's an
MCs.
MC, bodybuilding MC for like the Arnold Swans, like the classics and stuff. Cool dude, but he just came over. And he's from New Orleans.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So it was me that had the nastiest growler.
You were up there.
No, it was you.
At least I broke a record, huh?
It was for sure you.
Anything y'all
Don't
want?
forget that.
Anything y'all want to plug here?
Yeah. Other than Palooza.
Llama Palooza.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Friday,
Tell everybody where y'all are located, because I mean, some people might not know.
186 Bone Street, north side behind MGM Park.
Bone Street,
I think Garrett's got all the graphics on
behind
there.
Martinis. Yeah, there it is. There, Garrett running fires on point.
And what's the date for Llama Palooza?
October 15th, Saturday.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
October 15th, Saturday.
Yeah.
So October 15th, Saturday, Llama Palooza.
Be there, be square.
It's $150 a person to get in. No, I'm just kidding.
All
Free admission,
proceeds.
Free music.
Free admission.
Free admission, free music, free
And
beer.
Malerie will be back on
Not on the
tap.
ladder.
And
And
Malerie
that's
will
the
be
most
back on
important
top.
thing to me.
And
Belgian
the-
Quad coming
Did y'all
back
hear
soon.
something?
What?
And
Did y'all
the
hear something?
and the root beer will be there.
Miles.
The root beer will be there.
Root
Get you
beer's
some
on
root
tap for
and
sure.
and the food truck.
30 beers on tap. Plus
30.
2 non-alcoholics.
30 beers or 32 beers?
It'll be 2 non-alcoholics and
What's the other non-alcoholic?
hop tea.
Hop tea.
Is it good?
It's all hopped
It's
up.
so good.
Is it
I
hot?
love it.
Oh yeah.
Is it hot?
Get a little caffeine.
There's a-
Hop.
Hot. I know, but is it hot? You serve it hot? It's
No,
served
it's
cold.
iced
It's
tea.
called it's iced
Okay. Okay. Hop tea. Interesting. I'll try that out.
With a lime or lemon?
tea. You could put a lemon or a lime in it.
Whichever you want. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks for
Thanks for
having us.
having us.
Yeah.
Come back.
Hope I had fun. Yeah, y'all need to come back. We'll definitely
This is a
collab
fun
up.
time.
Good.
Huh?
Good.
Fun time
Good.
for sure.
Next time we're just going to talk about TV shows.
Yeah, back to like, where were we now? Stranger Things. Who knows?
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland?
No, tomorrow. Wait, shit.
What?
The old man.
What TV show should people watch right now? Mallard, drop it. What do you think right now? Go.
Yeah.
The flight attendant.
Okay.
That's a new one. I haven't heard of that one. Okay.
Westworld.
Westworld. All right. You guys go watch this.
The boys.
All right.
Boys.
Peace.
I got the yellow ribbon. So, you know, it's okay. You know.
How many times did you sit back just relaxing? Understand movements coming in, yeah, we got the packs in. I don't really wanna see no more traffic. Last pack just came in, let's